everybody. How is it going? Happy Monday. It is another day of Inktober, and we are just moving right along on these Inkytobe days. Yeah. So I just realized I've been really bad about putting them anywhere other than Instagram. So let me put things. I haven't. Oh gosh, there are so many that aren't in the Inktober Discord page. I'm just realizing that right now. Like, oh no, because that's how I pull them from there to put them into my my little slideshow, but I have been lagging on that. How's everyone doing? Hello, Plasma. Hello, Mel. It's going. I must go sleep now, but I wanted to say hello since I saw you come online. Oh, thank you. I hope tomorrow is a better work day for you. I hope it goes a lot smoother for you tomorrow. And I hope you get very good, sweet sleep. How many have I not posted? Oh boy, howdy. I think that was the last one I put up there, huh? Okay, so these ones. 5. All 5 of them are not in that appropriate folder. We'll fix that right now. So I wanted to get more. Oh shoot, I just realized that I haven't hold on. What is this one called? Oh, it's gonna be too small. I think I need to go with this and then go like that. An original. Oh, come on, an original. Move it over there. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oogie boogie. Oh jeez. You know, Jenga, if you just would keep up on stuff, then this wouldn't be a problem. Just did your job. I don't know why you can't handle 3 jobs at once. It's ridiculous. Okay, there we go. Those are all loaded in there now. And now let me fix my headset so that it's actually pumping through my headset instead of the speakers on the laptop. Let's see here. What did you connect to? There's nothing for you to connect to. Oh, did my phone take over again? I swear to the sweet baby Jesus. There's nothing for you to connect to. What did you connect to? Oh my gosh. Son of a sea serpent. Freaking Apple products try to take over these ding-dang headphones all the time. They're like, no, me first, me first. And it's like, no, I already disconnected from you. That's okay, but I want to connect again. You can't connect again. Well, I'm gonna. In your face, Jenga. Ha 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 ha. That's what they do. That's what my earbuds tell me all the time. All right. So let's move on over to some drawing stuff. I don't know. I don't know. Let's move over. Boop. Okay, hello. Let me turn the music on because I closed that. There we go. All right. I have tea right now too, which I'm excited about. Where am I gonna put my keyboard for now? I guess I could. No, put it right. Oh, I shouldn't curl up in the chair yet. I should get my ink. All right. So let us. I should do a warm up. So let's do a warm up. I tried really hard to draw the last 5 pencils today. I think I was just overly optimistic that I'd be able to get them all done today, and that didn't work. That didn't pan out at all. Just kind of sucks. So like the idea of like drawing a warm-up thing but not having all those done is a little frustrating in my head, but it usually isn't, so I need to let that go and just be, I guess. So let us, what should we draw? What should I draw? What do I want to draw for a warm-up? I guess is the better question, huh? Is best question. I'm looking through my folder of references right now to see if anything's just popping out to me. it decided to disconnect. That's weird. I'm just using a general reference. I've got this. And you want to make sure, as always, that you break everything down into simple shapes. Guess I'm gonna have this, right? It's too big for the ears. I wonder if actually it should be up here. So it's like they're closer. That needs to move up. So we're gonna move that up closer to the face. There we go. Shorten the paw because the paw wouldn't be that big then. I want there to be a little bit of a hangover. That. So it'll feel like they're like really laying down into the grass. Holy cats! Hey Glenn, how's it going? I'm drawing just a little kitty cat. Little kitty cat. Little kitty cat. Little Kurt cat. Yum, 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 yum. Come on. There's a freaking gnat. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, thank God. Eh? Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. I have such a hard time drawing animals. Like, one of the things that I'm thankful for these warm-ups that I've been doing, like, animal-y kind of things. I'm not usually very good at them. Makes me nervous. They do make me nervous. Look, that just, they look evil. I don't want them to look evil. I think they look evil because the eyes are slanted, so let's, okay, so let's make the pupil larger. Let's soften that. Still looks super evil. this side where the horizon line should be. And the person upstairs has been, I don't know what they're doing, but they were walking and stomping around until 1 in the morning. And then they got up at 6. And they were like, I don't know, because like you could hear the footsteps on one side where they were walking, and then suddenly it's like they were tossing something on the other side of the room, and it would just do a giant crash bang. And they've been doing it all day. I don't know. There's literally nothing I can do about it. So I'm happy it doesn't pick up on the mic because it's all like low bass stop, but it's been constant at my earbuds. I've had to recharge twice now to try and deal with it because I can still hear it through the earbuds. But it's not as bad. I looked further into Mia's picnic and learned they had handcrafted the backgrounds and scanned them in so that that's how they accomplished the textured look. Nice. I've heard of quite a few video games doing that kind of thing in the past. Which is pretty cool. Hello, Tashkata. Hello, welcome in. Yep, this is our warm-up. I'm just trying to figure out, because I want to have a little bit of a background on them. I just don't know what kind of... I don't know if maybe it's just good enough to just have like some tall grasses. Maybe just some tall grasses. That's good enough. How are you doing today? Yeah, I like this. It's like they're laying in the grass. It's like this. I like that. That's good. Good coloring tonight while watching? Heck yes. What are you coloring? I know that you said that you've been practicing. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Kirby or Yoshi arts and crafts styled games did something like that. Yeah, yeah. I had a professor who did a little video, not a video game, it was like a phone app game. And it was all based off of like art history stuff. And he like hand collaged everything in the game. To the point where what he had also done was he hand collaged every single animation that all of these little like 1920s like fighter pilots were doing. So it's like the movement and all the subtle changes of the animations of that were all handcrafted collage work that he had done. And then like shooting out the bullets and like all the items and all that stuff was all hand drawn. And then hand collaged and then hand animated and then like put all together. He did a lot. And sometimes I think about all the work that he put into it. I'm all like, man, you did a lot. And I don't know if you chose the easiest way to go about this. But sometimes like that's the only way that you can get the intended outcome, right? You gotta do it because like there might be ways to simulate it, but it's almost like technology can only do so much, and sometimes it is easier to just go the traditional route and do a good old scan, you know? What? did not just get like 3 strokes. It's so weird. It's so odd. Don't forget to drink your water. That's what Jengabot's reminding us all about right now. Just a motivation quote coloring page. Ooh, sorry, I just saw that. That's pretty cool. Do you do like a lot of coloring pages? Let's see, let's do a little. Do that. Move around a little bit. There we go. Oh, what is that? Oh, I got some ink on the desk and it stuck to the bottom sheet. Interesting, interesting. Let's go. So I think the problem that I'm having is the pencil that I'm trying to do is a very intense moment. And most of the moments that I've done They've been very storytelling, and they've been whimsical, aside from one that took me a little bit of time to figure out. But this one is like a scary, intense moment. And I don't do those a lot. So I think that's the reason why I should have just stopped working on that idea and gone to like one of the other 4 that need to be done. But I just couldn't. Like, and I think it's because I want to get it done. So it's done and over with, because I don't want like the last pencil for me to work on is the like sad, scary one. I used to, just getting back into it, but this time trying to learn more about shading and highlighting rather than laying down color. So building on your past experiences to go to the next level. I can dig it. I think that's pretty cool. I think we tend to not take for credit all the work that we might have done in the past to lead us up to the point that we're at now. We're ready to do like the next thing or the next step of something. I forgot to like super wash this out last night. I wanted to work on my contract work so bad last night and couldn't because somebody was in the login. I stayed up like waiting and then finally like passed out, tried to pass out, and then was woken by the neighbor upstairs. Finally got to bed, fell asleep again around like 2-ish, and then got up like way too late to even do any of the contract work, and it was just like, just sent them an email and I'm like, look, if I'm logging on at 11 p.m., I don't really expect somebody to be using the login. And like their response was wild. So I just didn't focus on that. I'm all like, yeah, just make sure people aren't logged in after 10 p.m. Thanks, bye. I personally, like when I'm not doing Inktober, I would love to be able to just log on and do my contract work at like 6 p.m. and get it done. So then I have the rest of the evening to myself. But apparently that's not going to be something that I will be able to do, I guess. But that's okay. That's fine. I'm trying to get some of this gunk off of the back end of the nib, and I'm afraid I am being too much of a bully about it because I really want it off, and I'm not being gentle now. It's like all caked. I don't know if you can see. It's like all caked on. So I forgot to take the cotton swab to it last night. But it's going to affect how well the ink flows. So I want to get as much of it off as I can, bearing in mind that I don't want to hurt the nib itself. Because it can gunk up the area. Okay, let's see if that helped at all. Cleaning a nib with Jenga, yay! I got a set of Castell Arts 120 colored pencils today. Been swatching all day, decided to take a break and just have fun coloring. Well, that's good. I think that it's important to take a break and actually work with it. I think that it is good to do that kind of stuff though, to like do the swatch tests. I have all these Copic markers and I really need to do swatch testing. on all of them, I think, so that I can use them appropriately. But it's even more important that once you get the art supplies, that like you actually, play around with them and test them out and, like explore, I guess, as it were, with them, because that's super important. Like you can do, that's like the biggest part of creativity, right? Okay, so let's erase this. This does not look as... You know what? We're gonna do better. Let's go in and do better. Let's do some more. So you said this drawing is not whimsical and a little spooky, but looks... Oh, so I'm sorry. I was talking about, so for Inktober, I've got about 5 more pencil sketches that I have to complete, that are for Inktober itself, like the ideas. And I've got the idea, I just don't have the drawing portion done. So one of them in the story that I'm telling with all of these pieces about this traveler and this little witch, this witch gal, there's like a very key, like kind of scary moment that happens, right? Because all stories have to have like a thing. And I'm having a hard time drawing that out. And I know I'll get it. So I'm not like looking necessarily for like, how do I do this? I know I'll get it. It's just, I don't usually draw those scenes. And I drew one already, because it's like the aftermath of it. So I drew one scary scene, but like to draw another one, it's just hard for me. So I was struggling with it today. Sorry, this I do not like this song. And I wish I could skip it, but I'm listening to it through YouTube's and I can't. It's just like too much. But yeah, I can't think around it pretty much. Tension, yes, all stories needed. Exactly. So like that's what the scene depicts, but I'm just not satisfied with any of the things that I've come up with to show it. Like my horizon line's not right, my angle isn't right, like I can't get it to emote what I want it to emote just yet. Which is a little, that's a little frustrating. I know I'll get it, and I know I'll get there. I'm just not there yet, and I really want it to be, is the big thing. So I just have to have faith that it'll all work out. That I can be a very impatient person sometimes. Most times. It is not good. Maybe it's just another sleep to marinate. Maybe, yeah. Probably. I'm sure you're right. Patience and trust, right? Two things that I try to have more of. I feel like that, but more. It's just figuring out this. I guess I shouldn't have brought those down. I should have just kept it up. So let's put it back where that should be. Really don't like it when my pen nib clogs up though. Okay. Just tearing up my rag, I see. I have to get a couple cotton swabs. I'll be right back. I gotta get a couple cotton swabs. Okay, so let us see if we can clean this. Dang. Nib. isn't the top too concerned with. It's the bottom part. Like a wee bit. Oh, but it's mostly loose. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Come on. Ink. It's mostly cleaned out now. Okay. Is this your favorite medium, or are you using ink mostly for Inktober? I mostly use inks for Inktober. I like watercolor. And this last year I was trying to teach myself gouache, and I kind of want to get into marker again. So when it comes to like a favorite medium, I don't know. I've always been like somebody who's been a bit too impatient to master one thing. But I do really like working with ink. And I really like working in gouache and watercolor a lot. I'm not very good at it, but I like it. I don't know. Oh, hey, B. Yeah, Jankaboo, what's up? Drags over her table to ink with Jankers. How are your inkings going, Cindy? Monsieur Cinny, who's absolutely killing it and probably gonna be done with all of his Inktobers by tonight or something. I don't know. What would y'all say is like because that's the thing. Like I also do digital art. Because my day job, I deal with vector art most of the time. Which is really cool. We got a review at my day job from a gal that I did some work for, and I had to do like some cute little drawings for some like kindergarten t-shirts and stuff, and she was really happy with the drawings that I did. She thought they were very cute, very appropriate, and I was like, heck yeah, that what Jengas do though. Oh, you got home from senior photos? How did that go? My ink? It goes. Your ink goes? How's your inking go? So, I don't know. I wish I had a clean-cut answer for you, Tashkata. Do you have a specific preference for your art supplies or what your medium is? I should also probably state that, like, I have, so my degree is in, my first degree is in mixed media. So, like, that also makes things difficult because I see it as using, in general, using use the product that's going to get you to the end result to tell whatever it is that you're supposed to be telling or that you want to tell. Because some mediums are absolutely fantastic to tell one thing over another. My senior photos went well. I was freezing my butt off. It was 42 degrees. Oh no. I understand if you could see. I understand. If you could see my home studio, you would see my scattered brain. I am hard same. I've also done fiber arts. Done lots of that stuff too, or as well. So I get that. And since it's now going into fall, I'll be returning to crochet work. So stupid. I have a blanket that I started last year, and I know what I did. I was making this blanket and I wanted to make a new one, and it was coming along well, and I honestly, like, I was making it, and then sometimes, like, usually not sometimes, usually when I'm crocheting things, I have somebody in mind for it. And before I realized it, I had someone in mind for this blanket, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll just keep going with that, because it's nice at least to have someone in mind for a piece, even if, like, they'll never get it or see it or whatever. And I made it so big that I never finished it, because it's so big, and it like, I think it's maybe halfway done. Probably more like a third of the way done because of the size that I started doing it at, or I turned it into. There's like well over $100 worth of yarn just in it, and it's like a third of the way done. And I don't know. And I'll finish it. I need to finish it. I started it, and it's very pretty. Maybe it'll be good for me. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Who knows? The world is chaos and everything's burning. I've worked mostly in fiber arts, designing lace knits and other dyeing projects. Heck yes! Don't let Jengers fool you. She's a master and teaches us things. Is this the blanket you showed me a while ago? Blue and earthy colors? No. That's a blanket that's like one of the first blankets I made. That one I made specifically for me. No, this is a blanket. It's these really pretty greens and sages and yellow. It's so big because it's supposed to be big. A nice big cuddly blanket. Keep you all safe and sound. one. It is, yeah. Very pretty. I just didn't finish it. That's okay. It would be nice to have it completed. I think I would like that a lot. So I tried to do lace one time and it did not go the best. I did end up making, no, 2 times, because I made 2 little, like, not little, but I made like berets essentially, but with like the really thin yarn using lace patterns. Because I had found an old book at the used bookstore that I had picked up that talked about, it was like a how to do like certain laces. It wasn't like very complex stuff. It had complex stuff in it. I just was too much of a beginner, so I didn't touch that. I've done things like, oh, here's something up there. Oh, I've got a good flow with my pen though, so I have an amigurumi that I made years ago, but I still like it. So I've always had a problem when it comes to crocheting, because I'm left-handed. Like, a lot of videos and tutorials for the longest time didn't work for me. Old wording can be weird. Yeah, it was. So like with that book in particular, I looked at the pictures and the diagrams and kind of just figured out what was going on. Because I can't, for whatever reason, I couldn't understand, and I can't understand flippin' directions for crochet. Like, I know what all of the symbols mean and all that stuff, but like, it just, something doesn't work in my head with any of it. So, I end up like looking at the pictures and then looking at what patterns are, like all the different types of patterns there are, and then I just make my own patterns. I don't usually follow a pattern simply because I cannot follow it. I am too stupid to understand the patterns. I remember talking to a gal at the local craft store about it too. And she's like, "That's not being stupid." She's like, I can't think outside of like looking at a pattern." I'm all like, "Yeah, but you don't." I wonder if it's like a grass is greener on the other side kind of thing. Because if she had a pattern, she could just like low-key follow it and she didn't have to worry about anything. But like when I have to do it, it's like a lot of head concentration to try and remember what I'm doing and what I was doing and where I'm going next and everything. It's a lot. There's a lot involved in it. Rebellious crocheting. Minnie Noosie, hello, hello, welcome in. Base traditional art, yes. Hey Z, how you doing? No, you aren't. You do the same? There's just something about, I don't know, I have a hard time. I had a hard time like doing a lot of things by like, here is a pattern, follow the pattern. And I'd be like, okay. And then like I thought I was following the pattern and then I realized that I wasn't paying attention enough, or I was like, why am I doing it like this? This seems more fun to do it like this. And then it's like, oh no. Tell you what, learning the magic ring though, that was very important. Because I feel like there are certain things, especially with crochet, you have to learn. And as long as you have those bases, like that basic understanding of things, then like you can do whatever you want. You can go hog wild. It's great. But one of those is definitely the magic ring. I still don't do it right half the time. I have to like redo it. But that's also because I literally only crochet during the winter months. It's just like a thing I do, and I'm okay with that. Like, I kind of enjoy that in a way. It makes it more special. It makes it feel precious as well. Possibly poor instruction, no consideration for beginners. I mean, that could be Z, but also I'm left-handed, so most of the instructions are presented to people who are right-handed. And so like the way that I like just turning something when you're left-handed versus right-handed is a little different. I guess I technically work backwards. Like I work forwards, but I work from behind or something. So like all I ended up doing was just learning the different types of stitches and going from there because like, yeah, I couldn't otherwise. Just make my own. There is so much ink. I feel super lucky. Like this hasn't run out just yet. Like even right now I'm doing this all wrong because I should be working on this side, but I'm working on this side, which is gonna be difficult because I need to make sure I don't smear. Which I'm so bad at doing sometimes. Just accidentally smear everything. And then I'm like, ugh, you did it again. Good job, Jinga. But it'll be okay. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine. I think this is almost out. Oh, no, I lied. You know, it's all because I cleaned this nib out so well. I can't do patterns anymore. Need to do my own thing. I get bored doing a pattern, but when I knit, I can change it up when I get bored. Only thing is, I need to write it down so I can create the pattern when the sample is done. Oh, yeah. I can't knit. Much respect for any knitter out there. Because I know they're all like, oh, knitting is so much easier than crochet. I do not think that is true. I think knitting is way more difficult to do. Hat. Hatty hat hat hat. How are you doing? How's it going, friendo? Back at root. Backaroo? Backaroo? With 2D2 too? Now, friend, try it. You're chilling. Oh. That was a stupid thing to say. What are you saying? Tootie toot toot is like awesome. Jenga is smart. And I had a friend try and teach me how to crochet, and it did not go well. Or not crochet, knit. Like she even gave me knitting needles and all this stuff. And she's like, yeah. It was so hard. Like my brain, there was so much that my brain just didn't understand with it. Like you could see the loading screen on my poor little brain, and I'm just like, and then the failure, because then I just started reverting to doing things that I would do with crochet. She's like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, why? It's so, I don't understand. You're chilling? That's good. You had a pretty crazy day at work, right? So it's good that you are taking the opportunity and the moment to chill. Let me see. And it gunked up right on this part of the well. Sneaky little pen nib. Trying to get all gunked up again on me. Let me show you the amigurumi that I did. Just ignore the little pin on it. This is from when I was in Japan. I got that at Alice on Wednesday. This is an amigurumi that I made years ago that I still like. Just a little jellyfish, because I like jellyfishes. But like I didn't have a pattern. I just had a picture of like somebody else who had done one, and I'm like, I think I can figure this out. I think I see how this happened and how this went down. Like, I know now that like I needed to decrease this a lot faster so that the bottom would be a bit more flat. But yeah, so it was super cute. Yeah. Put her back. Glad. I know you want to sit back there. There we go. That's better. Yeah, I just got home from baseball practice, so now I gotta check homework and such. Oh, gosh. Living that dad life, yo. I was saying my backaroo was stupid. Nothing I've heard you say. Oh, B. No. I wonder how she taught you. There's a way to knit that's very similar to crochet. And I got lucky I was taught to knit when I was 5. Oh, what? See, my mom knew how to crochet, I guess. She knew how to crochet and knit, but she preferred to crochet. But she did not teach me. I did not learn until I was much older, till I was an adult, because by the time I was born, my mom was already getting like arthritis in her hands pretty bad. So she didn't like to crochet because her hands just like would seize up too much. So she never taught me how to knit or crochet. When I was little, I guess they would have been technically like what people view as their grandparents, like this couple that my family knew, because they were like much older than my parents. My pseudo grandma, because my grandparents had all passed away before I was born. So my pseudo grandma, like, she gave me for Christmas a little square loom for knitting, and I was like, this is so cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, because I don't know what I'm doing. And reading directions, I don't do that. So I made like a bunch of just pot holders with yarn that I had picked, that I saved money and I got at Walmart. Like, I got clearance yarn at the Walmarts and made pot holders and stuff. And that's all I did with it. I just made squares. I didn't know how to do anything else other than that. And my mom was a bit too busy, you know, being an adult and providing for the fact that I was a child, to like really show me more than that. And what's funny was I was visiting home last month, And my dad still has all of those pot holders that I made as a kid on that silly little plastic square loom thing. Still uses them. Still uses them. I learned at summer kitty camp. Oh, my grandma can do all the things. Sew, crochet, knit, needlepoint, needle felting, and she makes really good cookies. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so my dad is an expert cookie baker. I think one of the funniest things was that like there was like a baking cookie competition, and he had won the year before like a couple awards, and they're like, okay, well you can only win one. You can't win in multiple things. It was like a thing that they decided. They're like, too much winning for one person. And my dad, being who he was, went, oh, okay. I see you. And then he proceeded to make cookies for other people to turn in. So technically, he didn't win all of them. Other people won some of these awards, but they were all cookies he made. Which I just think is so silly. Like, it's just so silly. Like, why? Spritz cookies, yes! Oh my god, Spritz cookies are my favorite, hands down favorite Christmas cookie. Because I say that because that's when we would do them. What we would do is like change the colors, and like everybody wanted to get the cookies where the two colors started mixing, like the blue, or not the blue, the green and the red, or something like that. So now whenever I make Spritz cookies, because it took for freaking ever for me to find a Spritz press that works with my grandmother's Spritz cookie recipe, which is the cookie that like the recipe that my mom would make, because it would be the only cookie that she would make. But I found one. Where did I find it? I found it at like a Sur La Table. So it's like a fancy one, but it works with the recipe. And so when I make Spritz cookies, I intentionally just mix the dough together, because I'm all like, you know what? Again, life is short, the world is burning. Yes, we all growing up found those like multicolored cookies like to be the precious few, so everybody fought over them. Like, we're adults. We could just make tie-dye cookies. That's what I do now with my Spritz cookies. Your mom does Spritz every year. I wonder if that's just like a cultural thing then. Spritz cookies are all year thing for you. Oh, you make them once a month. Oh, dang. Okay, never mind then. Rescinded. I wish I could have gone to summer camp when I was a kid. That was another thing that I sadly missed out on. I was not allowed to go to them. I was told. This is so silly too. Check this out. I was told it was because I would miss home too much. My mother wouldn't enroll me into any summer camps or anything like that. I would miss home too much. Can't go. And I don't think that's necessarily what would happen. But that's just what she would say. Oh, can't go. Or like, both parents work, so kind of daycare. Ah, yeah. Both my parents worked too. My mom was a waitress. She was a beautician. Practically owned a hair salon for a while. Like, she ran it for the owner, pretty much. But then she was a VP of a grocers union. Because she was and then she ended up just really liking waitressing. And I like, there's something you really have to be a certain personality, I truly believe, to be able to make waitressing like a serious career, because you can make really good money at it. Um, but it takes a certain type of person, certain type of temperament. Um, yeah. So she was a waitress, and my dad was a teacher. He is retired now. My mother passed away a few years ago, but he is retired. So they both worked, which was fine. I just get a kick out of that whole like, oh no, you would miss home too much. You can't go out and do things. You should stay home. And now as like an adult, the one thing I love to do the most is travel and get away from home. Maybe it's because I'm still trying to find what home is. Like, what is home to me? You know? I just haven't found it yet. Ever on the search. There's like a little bit of a thing, and it's driving me crazy. Did I get it? I think I got it. Okay. Jenga's being a Jenga again. Oh no. Did you move a lot? That's the thing, Z. I didn't. I was born and raised in the same small town. Very nice town. Very good town to raise like kids in. And then when I turned 18, I hightailed it out for California. I lived in San Francisco for a few months because I was going to school there. Then I ran out of money. And I moved up to an area in NorCal. And I lived there for almost 18, or yeah, just about 18 years. I got my bachelor's at San Jose State, which is in the Bay Area, but I didn't move down to the Bay Area because it was cheaper to live in Northern California and commute down. So I did that. And then there was a stint where I studied abroad, and I lived in England for about 9 months. And that was wonderful. I met some great people there. But yeah. And then when 2020 hit, I did way more moving than I had ever done in such a short period of time, I guess. Because I was in one place in NorCal, then another place in NorCal, and then I was in Phoenix, or in the Phoenix area, so like in Arizona, and now I'm in Nevada. But yeah, I've just never. And the thing is that even while I was living up in NorCal, I constantly was I wanted to move away. Like it felt nice, but it didn't feel like what I thought home was supposed to feel like. So I've always joked, it's like, you know what? I probably just need to move abroad. I just need to get out of the States. That's what it is. So if anyone is looking to help make that happen, want to give Jenga a helping hand there, be much obliged. What's in California? Or in England. What's a California or in England? I don't know, right? I don't know. Places and things for people that do stuff. That's how I see it, at least. Places and things, people that don't do stuff. Living their lives. I think I just need to clean my rag because it's like I'm wiping stuff off and it's just leaving little bits on the pendant. And I see them and it's like, no, I don't want those little bits. Go away, little bits. Maybe what I need to do is just wash it off again. I wonder if I have to clean it off so often too, because it's just so dry here. Everything starts drying out faster. Oh boy, I have done a poor setup of how I'm inking this. I feel like I'm the opposite. And I want to go larger. I want to go opposite. I want to go larger. Wait, I feel like I'm the opposite of you. I want to go larger. I want to go smaller. Take out the I before the U. What do you mean? You mean you want to go smaller or you want to go larger? The adventure of becoming a nomad and wander the earth. Yeah. See, and that's the thing. I don't want to be a nomad that wanders the earth. Jenga fact. While Jenga lived in England, she was the scourge of the English roads in her Viking long car because she did not break for the Saxons. Man, I remember this one time. I was hanging out with a friend up in northern England, that's where I lived, and like he was driving naturally because he lived there, he had a car, but I was so unaccustomed to getting into what we as the US see as the driver's side seat as the passenger's side seat. Like I kept approaching the wrong side that was the driver's side as he was coming up, and he would just in this very sing-songy voice gently remind me, American. And there's just something about it that I'm like, I did it again. Dang, shoot. Jeez Louise. Oh man. But it was in a very fun way. It wasn't a mean way that he was doing it, which I appreciated. I want to go smaller, terribly tired. See, and okay, so that's the thing. I don't want to go big, and I don't want to be a nomad. I want just a nice, quiet place in the woods, or a bog, or a swamp, or somewhere. Not the Y word.
You don't make up for your sins in the church.
And I just want to have a nice little existence, I think. I want to be able to paint and draw and make things that can make people happy and connect with them. But I myself am honestly a bit terrified of the idea of being in constant connection with other people. Like, not terrified, I just don't want it anymore. When I was younger, I definitely wanted it, right? I wanted big city because that was the opposite of where I grew up. I wanted all those experiences that come with that. And I'm thankful for all of those experiences. I'm very thankful for them. At the same time, I know well enough now that it's not what I want permanently. That's just not me. I'd like nothing more than to have like a nice quiet home out in the country. Have a garden or something. And exist and be happy and find happiness and solace in that. And I can create. The world is so connected these days. You don't need to be in big cities, really. Like, you kind of do for the connections, I guess, but you do and you don't. Just to build up right on this very edge. Okay, go. It's cleaned again. Let's keep getting those nice fine lines, shall we? This very interesting kind of craggly tree here. I'd wanted to try something a little different with the tree in the cave. Different trees like do their foliage a little differently, so I wanted something that felt a little bit more ragged and not as liquidy as the other trees that I've done. is the what did I say that was the Y word? It's the Y word. She's so tiny. Itty bitty little strokes. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. So, all right. It's gonna be very interesting. I'm trying to decide because this is supposed to be a relatively dark, like atmospherically from like a lighting perspective, a dark sea. And I'm wondering how much I should go into that. Because the other thing that I realized is that this ink likes to bleed. And I think it's because it takes a while for it to dry. I've seen people use it and use it fine without it like not bleeding when the Copic hits it. But I think it's because I'm not letting it dry enough to get to that point. But if that's the case, what I'd like to do, because I'm thinking it would be really cool if, you know, for the most part it's dark, but then like this background here is like a very pretty, like this is a moon, so I'd like it if it was casting down. But trying to do all that color on this piece will be an issue. So I'm trying to think what I should do. Because I don't want to not finish. There you are. There you are. What I've been missing. These little lights. Some of these lights. So I can get this. But we're still relatively early, right? So let me figure this out, chat. Do we take care of all these pencils, right? Or not the pencils, but so I'm gonna erase this, but do I just take the tape off of this one and leave it to dry, like the rest of the ink to dry? And then I move over and I just start inking another piece tonight? Because this one, because it'll mean that that one that I ink won't be done. This one won't be done because I want to add color into it. But I'm concerned trying to add the color that I need to with it right now because like it's almost like this ink needs time to cure before I like bombard it with the Copic. Which rest assured I would have to because I definitely would need to prime the background in order to do what I want to do. So I'd have to prime it with the colorless blender first. I say be safe. That's what I'm thinking. It's just weird to take it off of its board, like to untape it. It just feels so weird to untape it and not have it be completed, right? But maybe that's what I need to, maybe I need to, if it's what you want to do, go for it. I think that's the thing. It's like, I think this is the right thing to do. I don't, but it goes against how I've been doing everything. Exploring new territory, yeah. I mean, honestly, the idea that I kind of tape it down. Well, I mean, when I'm doing an ink wash, it's helpful. And I could always re-tape it down. That's not like an impossibility. I wish what I had was, I wish I had a second board, but I only have the one board. And I have like another piece of like large cardboard, but I don't like inking on it because I can't spin it because it's too big. That's what I'm gonna do. The inking on this one is done. Good job, us. I'm gonna start inking one of the other ones though. Because this one isn't done, but the inking portion is. And since we know that that's what we're doing, I'll probably have to do the same thing for the other one, so I don't know if I really need to have it on the board to ink it. So we're gonna try something new. As always, pure chaos here. Speaking of bleeding, Micron and this Bristol I'm using goes sploosh with the alcohol. Oh no. I mean, honestly, Micron has that problem with alcohol markers anyway. Like, I've always had an issue with Micron if it's been... There, I did the oops for you. If it's been Micron on Bristol, and then I try to go to alcohol marker, like, it's always been a mess for me. That's why I avoid it. I try to avoid it. Or I'm like super duper careful. Okay. So inking this is so weird to say. So the inking is done for this one. We're learning. I guess I just need to say, you know what? Jenga is being stupid, because if I'm not even gonna put the other one onto a board, I didn't need to take the tape off of that one, because I'm just gonna have to retape it. This is panic making. All right, let's look at the other ones that we have and see which one we could start doing. I don't think I want to do these ones just yet. I guess we could work on this one. Oh, you know what? We should actually start on this one, because that one has so much detail on it. I won't feel bad if I don't get it done tonight. This one's insanely detailed. I'm either careful or try markers, or try to marker then micron, which is more work. I don't like pencil and marker because more smudge. Yeah. Have you considered like using like a water soluble pencil? Like a watercolor pencil? Where's mine? You're just a prism, or just a color pencil. But like if you use a water soluble one, when the ink hits it, when the marker hits it, it'll kind of nicely dissolve, I thought that's how that works. Yeah, I've mixed water pencil and marker and it's pretty fun. Yeah. Because then you can just, at the very least, be able to anticipate how it's gonna happen, how it's gonna go down. It feels weird not to have it on a board. I don't like it. So I guess I will put it on the board. We're on the board. Where's my tape? There's my tape. Okay. It's like we're pretending to get caught up. It's great. That is absolutely not straight. But I still want the black ink in there. Yeah, it makes water. Takes the tape out of pocket and puts it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me back my tape. By the way, I just want to say thank you, everybody who's hanging out and chilling with me. I really appreciate it. I know you could be going to anybody's stream on this fine Tuesday evening, and I appreciate that you have decided to spend that time with me. Spirit, I would say that. pleasure hanging out with you. Oh, thank you. I need to upload my Glare Zoom peep emote to Twitch so I can use it here. How dare. Why? Why? What did I do? I didn't do anything. I am an innocent Jenga. I just said thank you for hanging out with me. Give me a hard time, Sydney. Be nice to a Jenga. Please. So many bushes in this one. I'm nice every now and again. Jeez, I'll get back to work. Getting back to work. So I'm trying this new hair product stuff called Miss Jessie's. And so far, I'm really liking what he's doing with my hair. It makes it a little softer. It helps combat the feeling of all the damage from the hair dye from the last dye job that I had. And it's helping bring back like some of the curl that the hair damage kind of flattened out. Also, like, because another thing that tends to happen is when my hair gets really long, I lose the curl because like it's just the pure weight of the hair pulls everything down. And with this product, like, I'm getting some of my waves, my beach waves back. I've never had like super duper curly hair. It's just been like those trussel trundles girls. Which is funny because it's like one of those things that everybody wants, but like I have and I don't know how to style or deal with it. So it just usually looks like a poofy mess. fast. It's kind of nice when you have all of the detail figured out and just going back over, concerning yourself with line weight. I really like these straggly trees back there. Change this one a little bit. I heard that vanilla no yellow shampoo works really well. Vanilla no yellow? Oh, never heard of that one before. Sounds pretty cool though. I actually have to get hair shampoo and conditioner. I'm almost out. I usually am like, I'm usually that person that like goes and gets their hair done and then just buys whatever it is that the beautician is selling, that they've got their contract with, that they use as product in your hair when they're like dyeing your hair or just working on your hair in general. That's just always been my MO. It's good for bleach jobs to keep it from getting more yellow over time or something. Because I figure the product that I'm getting from them, they're using on their clients, right? And they're paying a premium to use that on us, or we're paying a premium for them to use that on us. And then like usually it's a higher quality shampoo and conditioner than if I were to go to a Target or something like that. So I'd rather spend the $30 there than at a Target or like a like at an Ulta or something. Really charge it so much. I'd rather spend that with the hairstylist than with a big box company. At least that's always been like my opinion on it. And also, you don't use that much. Like, because it's not filled with a bunch of things that are like made to technically dry out your hair and make it technically worse. Like, it's fine for some hair textures, but not all. Which leads you to washing your hair more often, so you use more product. And you see how they get you. My hair, because it's curly, that means it's very dry. And I have a lot of skin conditions that make my skin very dry. So like showering and doing that kind of stuff like every single day is actually not good for me skin. So I need things that are going to like super condition and moisturize and things like that, because I can't do what a lot of people do like that. Like I only wash my hair every 4 days. Obviously my hair is harder to manage. I went through a handful of brands. Yeah, I gotta go with the hair type condition and see what the ingredients are. Yeah. Like, it's, yeah, I don't. Yeah. 'Cause my hair just gets so dry. And I've known people who have done like that whole, like, they don't wash their hair at all. I can't do that. And it's not they don't wash their hair at all. It's like they use apple cider vinegar to, like, they use that to rebalance, I guess, the pH or the acidity or whatever it is that a lot of these modern day soaps and conditioners and things that people get at big box stores strip out of our hair for the oil, the creation of the oils, to the point where, like, our scalps just stop producing the oils because it's like just we're washing our hair too much. So they took the pandemic as an opportunity to not wash their hair every day and go through like that super awkward stage, that super duper awkward stage of like your body not producing the things that it needs to produce to like make your hair be healthier, because you were using products that were replacing it but also not doing as good of a job. Vinegar, what? I feel like that would strip everything. So you still have to like get the gunk and everything off of your hair some way, shape, or form. And so I'm pretty sure that was like the way that they would. I think it was that. Maybe they used something else to take care of it. But I had a few friends that did it, and so that's a good bleach shampoo. Can you recommend any Naruto or Demon Slayer shampoos? Oh no, Gray. Oh no. And admittedly, I don't know too much about it, so I'm just like talking to talk. But I have some friends that did do it, and they're very thankful that they did it. I had a couple friends that tried it, and they couldn't. And it was probably just because like their hair texture or their type of hair just wasn't conducive to do what they were trying to do, or at the very least how they were trying to do it. But it does take a while. And like one friend said, she's like, oh yeah, no, my hair stank, like it was stinky. I'm like, oh okay. But getting over that hump, it got better, because then her body was producing the oils that it needed to. It's kind of like I was watching a YouTube video a while ago of a gal who does historical costumes, and she used to work at like a colonial tourist place in America, and she was explaining how they did their hair, how like people used to do their hair and they would powder their hair and all this stuff. And the big thing was that like you powdered your hair and people were like, oh, they never bathed, they never washed their hair, that was so disgusting, blah blah blah. And it's like, no, you don't, like, too concentrated, I mean. Oh, you saw that one too? Nice, Tasha. So you know what I'm talking about. Like, you powder your hair, but you're not supposed to do certain things. And one of those things is like modern day like you cannot take powdering like your hair like they did back in the day and then shampoo with like modern day stuff, because it would just turn into a terrible like clogging glove like mess on your head, and it could ruin your hair. Like, it would just be paste in your hair suddenly. So they had different methods instead than like modern day society and shampoos and stuff. And it's a big industry. It's a big old industry. I keep getting targeted ads for pros, which is like, I guess you put in like what type of hair, like you take a quiz and then you put in the type of hair. They like answer the questions for your type of hair or whatever. And then they're like, oh, okay, so this is what we're going to recommend you use for a shampoo and for a conditioner. And I'm kind of curious to try it just to see what it would be like. Especially since I have yet to go in and take care of my hair again. So at this point, like, for me to get my hair, have its proper dye job and everything, like, it just, I have to pay for it all over again. I gotta start all over again. Because there's so much growth. And I just don't want to put that money down. And if I would just maintain it like I should have, this wouldn't be an issue. But if I can't be responsible enough to do that, then I shouldn't be doing it for the meantime. So, which is fine. It'll give my hair more of a chance to heal, I guess. I just have to have boring hair for a while, and I hate it. But it's okay. It's not like anyone can see it. Haha. Hermit life. So many bushes. I have to clean it all and tip off again. I see like build up on it. I feel like I'm constantly doing something wrong though. Like I shouldn't have to clean the nib nearly as much as I am. Maybe I'm letting it run dry too much. That's what it is. Which I see myself doing a lot. I usually wear things out until they're dead. Instead of just giving them most of my dye is out. A few teal patches here and there. Yeah, my hair, like I got mine done when June? Was it June or July? I got it done, and it looked fantastic. And then I had that first wash, and I realized that they had used like actual bleach in my hair, which I don't know why. I always interview during those color consultations with hairstylists. How would you color my hair? Because I'm okay with the color not being quite as poppy or as vibrant if it means that it's not going to be like serious bleach put onto my hair because of how damaging it can be. Because usually that, and because there are a bunch of other products out there, push this off, that can do what I need done. Yep, that's what I freaking thought. I just realized like there's it's fine, everything's fine. I'll live. I usually interview them. And there are different products that you can do that technically bleach, but they're a lot more gentle than bleaches. So, like, I usually make sure that that's what they're going to do. And if a hairstylist is like, oh, we'll just use such and such tone bleach, like, I'll be like, no, you're not. And I won't book with them. But for whatever reason, I didn't check with this gal. I didn't ask. I guess I just assumed. Because it had been a while since like I'd run into a hairstylist that did vibrant colors that still used like old school bleach stuff. That was a mistake. So as soon as I had the first hair wash, like there's a part of my hair that's just, you can feel how dry and damaged it is, and that's very honestly it's kind of upsetting. It's kind of upsetting, I'm not gonna lie. Volume 3 and longer wait time but better results at the end for darker hair or 2 bleach jobs. Yeah, no. And that's not what she did. So yeah. And I should have known something was off because like, and I don't know, I think I was just so excited to get my hair done again. But like she, like the cost was really low. Like it was really cheap compared to how much I usually ended up having to pay for what I wanted done. Which should have been a big indication, but I'm all like, oh, this is a different city, so maybe that's why. And then, like, it took like 2.5, 3 hours shorter than normal. I'm like, okay, well, it took less time, so that's why it's cheaper. Well, because I used a harsher bleach to lighten me faster, and it damaged the hair more. So, I honestly just do not want to have to go through the process of trying to find another person. I did some research before getting my hair did, but was still nervous all the way through, but the end result was great. Yeah, so, like, I mean, I saved a few $100s. And I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Yeah, now my hair's damaged. Which is worse because then it's growing out and the color has faded, but then it's also kind of scraggly looking. Hey, am I supposed to feel this burning sensation in my hair? Yeah. So it just doesn't look as nice growing out. So I'm even more self-conscious about it. How did I manage? To get ink all the way over there. What the heck? I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did, y'all. So yeah. Like, I loved my hair, and I thought she did a great job, and she did a fantastic job with like all of the blending, because there's a lot of different colors in there. And, like, she wanted to know who had done my hair last time because it had clearly grown out, and it wasn't that hairstylist's like I didn't find anybody in the city that I moved to yet. And I was just like, well, I'll find someone eventually. Do. No, because she's like, you did a really good job, because it's still, even though it was like grown out to an embarrassing level, it looked really, really good, because like the other gal had spent a lot of time. Like, I was in the chair at those times like 7 hours, which was normal, which I was used to. Like a 7-hour chair sitting to get my hair done. And this one was like 4.5, if that. Oh my god, this is amazing. so amazing. It was... And I think the worst part is that I would have been fine paying the extra money to be in her chair, you know? But maybe, like, that gal's clientele just didn't necessarily... She didn't necessarily deal with those types of people. I don't know. Mine was expensive, but wasn't overly crazy. I spoke with two friends after about the process and price, and they said that's about right. They saved my anxiety. One of them does her own hair on occasion. It's fantastic. Yeah. So, and that's another thing though. Like, I don't think a lot of people realize how expensive it can be. And so, you know, when you've got people coming in that haven't had their hair done a lot, like the sticker price can be shocking because they're like, well, why is it so much money? It's like, because it takes time and it takes expertise. Like, not everybody and not every beautician or hairstylist can do vibrant colors. Like, you have to search them out because it is a completely different mindset. My thing is that I don't like going to them and being all like, here's a picture of exactly what I want, because there's so many colors that I put in my hair at one time. One of them does, at one time, that like I want it to be an open communication with hairstylists, because they're going to, I mean, it's their job, it is their career, it is their profession to, and I'm sure like they could all take one look at my hair and be like, I know exactly what we can and cannot do with your hair. So I like to just go in as, and based off of their skill, like, I know I can do this, I know I can't do that, I know I can do this, I can't do that, and that's fine with me. I go in, I like to go in, say, this is kind of what I'm thinking about, but like, that's just my idea. Like, I'm literally coming to you to do this, so like, it's, I will trust whatever it is that like you say we should do. And I think I've only ever like, because I've been getting my hair creatively colored since 2007. And I think in that entire time, I've only gone back to the hairstylist once for them to do something a little different that I wasn't entirely happy with the end result. And even when I called her and I'm like, because I waited a few days because I'm like, no, it'll be fine. And then I was just like, nah, this ain't it. Like, she laughed. She's like, I've been waiting for your phone call. And I'm all like, oh no, okay, all right. Because I remember even being in the chair and she was the one that kept pushing. She's like, if you don't like this, then, you know, come back and we can do a little bit more. Like, she knew that it wasn't where it needed to be, but didn't want to necessarily say that because didn't want to jump to a conclusion, right? But for the most part, I try to be very communicative and just thankful, because like, I can't do this stuff on my own. I'm crazy. I can't. All the practice and the work that all those people go into the training they have to go through. All of it, it's intense. And it deserves respect. I look back on it and laugh too, because like I remembered when I was 19, I wanted to get my hair dyed, and I wanted to get my hair. Oh God, I'm so happy it didn't come to pass. I'm so happy I was too broke for it, because I wanted to get a pixie cut. Never had a pixie cut. I still to this day, the shortest my hair has ever been has been right above my shoulders. That was the absolute shortest I've ever had my hair. And I wanted to go pixie cut, and I wanted to have like ice blue hair, like Rei Ayami from Neon Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion. And I went into the, I remember going into the mall, because malls were a thing still, and talked with them about like what I would have to do and how much it would cost. And they're like, okay, so it would be 2 separate sessions. No, not a bob, a pixie. Oh, my shortest I've ever had is a bob, yeah. And they're like, okay, so it would be 2 sessions, because first there's the cut, but there's the color, and they're like, your hair is so dark that we wouldn't be able to take you up to that safely in 1 session. And I'm like, okay, so how much would it be? And it was gonna be over $300. And this was like in the early 2000s, so I wonder how much that is now. What does inflation? Let's do inflation. To calculator. Let's see what that would have equated to. Come on, just tell me how much. Okay, so if it would have been $300 then, be $483 today. And oh my gosh, just that would have been so cheap. Been so cheap. I am afraid of what they would have done to make it that cheap, even though that they would be splitting it up into 2 sessions. you want ice blue. After that, I don't know. I've never wanted ice blue. It was like such a short-lived want. There was at one point where I wanted to have like holographic, like pastel holographic hair. That was supposed to be my hair for 2020. Did not pan out, and honestly, I'm kind of thankful. Like, it was so many sessions trying to get it to that point safely, and it just wasn't working out. Not the way that I wanted it to, at least. No, it's really just them. Okay, this is gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Just of course, that's when my ink starts to dry out. Just doing the little flames for you guys right now. Eh? We're getting a raid. Angela P. Creative. Hello. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. How are you doing? My name is Jenga. I do art. Angela, how are you doing? Angel Ape Creative. Haha. Makes more sense. How are you doing? How was your stream? What were you working on? Thank you, Gray, for shouting them out. We are working on Inktober stuff right now. I'll go in with my itty bittiest on my chronos. But yes, my name's Jenga. Hello, I do art. This is Inktober that we are doing right now. It is a series of little vignettes in the story of a witch that has a swamp and a kind-hearted kind-hearted traveler that comes to the swamp, and what happens? How are you all doing? Doing well. I am making your own items. Ooh, do you have anything that you want to share? Do you have like a link or something that you'd like to share for us so that we can take a look at your work? I love Inktober. This is the 4th year that I've done it. 3rd year I've streamed it because I started streaming. Honestly, the big thing that I first streamed was Inktober in 2020. I love it. Love the challenge so much. I would love to showcase your stuff. Nope, I've streamed a few and wanted to get stuff up on Instagram this year, but the second bit hasn't worked out well. Oh no. Yeah, I have a hard time remembering to put my stuff up onto Instagram. Like I started using Hootsuite, but I don't know. I gotta find something else because it's not really working for me. It doesn't remind me. I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta get this up. Well, welcome in. It's wonderful to have you. I hope you all enjoy the cozy chill vibes. I can show you some of our completed pieces. Yeah. Let me pull those. Yeah. So I'm very behind on my Inktober. I'm super duper behind on mine. I went to TwitchCon. It seems if I don't stream, I don't draw, which is unfortunate. I'll have to find a way to break myself. Heck, hard feels there. Hard feels there. I totally get that. I run into the same issue all the time. All the time. I think it's one of the reasons why I enjoy Inktober so much, because it's a daily challenge thing, so I draw and I stream. So that I'm here to help support and be chill with other people who are also doing stuff. So these are some of the completed pieces for this year so far. And I'm super behind on my Inktober's. I went to TwitchCon, and so that took up like 5 days, and we've just been behind since. But that's okay, because it happens, you know? And the thing about Inktober is that, like, it's not, it's just supposed to be, like, this one has to go back in and, like, finish the coloring on that one. And this was yesterday's that we finished. It's not supposed to be, like, a shameful thing if you don't get everything done, or if you don't get it done in time. The primary focus of it is to get people to do art again and to draw and help get people out of slumps. It's supposed to be a thing of community and a thing of support. That's what I like about Inktober, Stream Ink, whatever people want to call it. That's how it's happening. Okay, I see you. I see you. So yeah, I don't know. I really like it. It's put me into a slump, so I'm clearly not doing it right. Oh no. So how can I ask, it's put you into a slump? So do you usually draw quite a bit? Because I'll tell you what, that happened to me the first year that I did Inktober. The first year that I completed it. There was a point where I just felt like I was in a slump, and I wasn't happy with anything I was doing. Everything was wrong. Everything was terrible. Like, I was so depressed, I actually called into work one day and just said that I was sick. Like, can't come into work, sorry. And it was because I was upset over my Inktober progress. So it has done that to me. So hard feels on that. For sure, for sure. I'm just cleaning my nip a little bit. I don't know why, like, I think the air is too dry or something, so like it keeps just like clogging up. And the problem is that everything I'm doing is so small that I need to make sure that it's not clogged up at all. So I'm just cleaning it right now again. Trying to unclog it. And using the absolute worst thing too is just a cotton swab, but you know, you use what you got. Oh, do you know Angel, Cindy? He knows everyone. I would not be surprised. I just ate so much ice cream. Why'd you eat so much ice cream? I mean, ice cream is delicious, honestly. So I don't know why I'm going, why would you eat so much ice cream? Well, because it's ice cream. It's a pretty simple answer, Jenga. Your answer right there. Oh, excuse me, Jill. The Jenkers doesn't let me out off it. Oh no. Yes, I used to use a lot of my free time to draw, nothing major, but I think I've really gotten discouraged given that I was able to keep up do fairly well with Inktober last year. As soon as I started missing days this year, I just felt overwhelmed, I guess. Yeah, I feel that. I can feel that for sure. That sucks. I'm sorry. I mean, last year I think was the first year that I never felt behind. It was so weird and it was so surreal. And you know what? To be honest, it burnt me out. And I barely did any art this year. Barely did any art because I was just so burnt out that I pushed myself way too hard. You know? So like I'm behind by many days. I think I'm behind by over a week at this point. But I've kind of just accepted it and been on like, you know what? The art that I'm creating and the art that I'm doing just needs a little bit more time. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like you look on social media and you still have people like posting things from Inktober 2019. You know, like people, I don't think people care. I think it's about, you know, doing it for you. Does it matter if you're behind a bit? Like, oh no, the world's not gonna end. No one's gonna hate you. I did have a friend though that like freaked out one year that I did it because I was behind and I wanted to do all of the prompts. And so I was just doing them behind, like still did them in order, like, oh, this is the prompt from a couple days ago, and they got very upset with me. They're like, no, if you didn't do the prompt on that day, then you have to let it go and move on. Like that was some unspoken rule. And it's not. Those are like things that we tell ourselves. Like, no one is telling us, and no one, like, I don't ever want my Inktobers to feel like it's homework. It's not a paid assignment. There's no need to rush. Exactly. Yeah. Like, I don't need that in my life. I put enough stress on myself for other things. I don't need to add to that. You know? I mean, that's how I see it, at least. It's supposed to be fun, and I want to have fun. So I'm going to have fun doing it. Okay. Give them a little shadow. I mean, and like these pieces are very nice and they're well detailed, but like I'm also doing these warm-up pieces that technically I could argue is like also like I'm doing double Inktober because I'm doing warm-up pieces. I can show those and these. I felt great streaming all of Inktober last year. Every year before that I was aware of, I maybe only did 3 or 4 prompts the whole month, and I was fine with it. Ah, yeah. I also feel like I don't know, I can speak from my point of view, but like, and only my point of view in this, but like having people to hang out with and chill with while doing Inktober is so helpful for me. So last year, because the world was still in the state that it was, I think there might have been like another like heightened like increase of stuff. So there was like potentiality of shutdowns and things essentially still weren't really opened up. There were way more people on this website. There was more interaction. And it really helped motivate me to keep going, and I was very thankful for it. I feel like this year, people have more options, which is fine, and I'm happy they do, and they can go out and they can do other things. But it can feel a little difficult. Oh, what? Oh, that's so cool. Check this out. Just using a little cotton swab. Look how fluffy everything looks. Oh, look at this texture. Oh, look, this looks like Misty Mountains. Misty Mountain. Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted. I must have some kind of mental block about Instagram in particular. Every time I ever tried to get that going, I've just been annoyed by the whole thing. Oh, you've been annoyed by it? I get annoyed by Instagram. I don't get annoyed, I get anxious with Instagram. But it's silly for me to get anxious because I don't have a big following. I don't know. I'm not like an influencer or anything. I just have my core peoples, and that makes me happy. But I get anxious sometimes about it. There is something like there's a what is it? It's like a I know the words are in my mouth and in my brain. There's a reel that is, I think it is a viral reel at this point, but it's like, it is an artist who's calling a lot of that Instagram stuff out, and they're like, oh boy, I can't wait to finish this artwork, to post this artwork that I spent 9 hours on for people to look at for 10 seconds. Because it's a harsh truth. So these are like the warm-ups that I've been doing to get into the inking mood. before I do the main pieces. So it's like, I feel like I've been doing double Inktober because of it. But they're tiny, simple things. Yeah, 10 seconds, that's a long time to look at something, right? Like, these are really tiny things, but that's like another thing, right? When we are gauging what is an Inktober? How much time are we actually spending on these Inktovers? Like, I'm spending a large amount of time or a very tiny, short amount of time. And all are valid. All get the job done because it's all just about exploring and doing that content. Like, creating that content, getting those things out of your head and onto the paper and tell that story. And, like, for me, brings like something that is silly and fun to light. Your art style is really cute, by the way. Everything is really soft and bubbly. Thank you. Yeah, I don't always do. I can do scary stuff. I like doing this stuff more though. I do enjoy it. There's something gentle about it. Like, I really like this one. I really like this one as well, but why is it only the frogs are ever angry? Ever angry? What have you done? It's responsibility frog. Responsibility frog keeps me responsible, and I like to wander around. I can do this. Like, ooh. This is what you get now, Sunny. This is all I'm gonna do. Rest of stream. Gonna be this. Don't you take my rocks? Those are my rocks. This is my rock. This isn't your rock. This is mine. This is my rock. Not your rock, my rock. No, the box closet's full. Last time you opened the box closet, things went spilling everywhere. It was a mess. Janko, look out. Someone is making really cool art. Oh, what? Where, Lily? Tell me. Tell me where. Oh, it's me? I've been tricked again. How are you doing, Lily? How goes? Oh gosh, and Angel, I know I keep asking you questions and all that jazz, but if you have, I just realized I'm being so rude. Like, if you have like a cooldown you need to do for like from streaming and everything, like, I totally get it. But I enjoy having you here, and I actually am really enjoying our conversation, by the way. So I just want to make sure I said that. But I just realized I've been being real rude there. People start talking to me, and I just want to get to Gavin. I want to know people. Okay. I don't want to do too many lines on the tree trunks, because I don't want to pull that much focus. Do that. I think you're just about ready to do the erasing. The erasure stuff. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokes. I've been waiting for over 20 hours for the sacrifice. What? I'm a criminal? just missed it, Cindy. If you wait another 20 hours, you can get here for the next sacrifice. Oh dear. I had to consider being more efficient in the art making process, because it can be discouraging to spend so much time on something that will only be seen once. Making a good first impression is hard. It is. I hate it. I get so nervous. And the thing is that it's like, I know, I've seen, at least I've witnessed like what a good first impression is, but like I also know that I'm just not at that skill level yet. And I think the most important word in that statement is yet. I believe that I can get there. I believe that I can be good enough to like warrant that kind of stuff. I believe that I have that in me. I do. I've got that conviction. But how does one be more efficient in making art? Ooh, that is a good question. How do we become efficient in our art making? I think it comes down to like the necessity of what you're doing the art for, right? Because if you are a full-time artist, you are put into a position where you are forced to be as efficient as possible and figure out what your pattern, what your best pattern is to create the art that you need to create. And you have to find that out fast, right? When you're not a full-time artist, you can meander a little bit more, which means that you can kind of take that opportunity to experiment a little bit more to see what is efficient. But efficiency is a really interesting word. I'm thinking about it. I'm talking while I'm thinking about it. So I'm like talking out loud. Yes, responsibility frog is also efficiency. This is efficient. Yes, you and yes, Glenn. Yes, Lily, you're both correct there. I think efficient means something different to different people. And I hate saying that kind of thing, but I really think that that's what it comes down to. Because is it efficient to get 5 pieces done? Or is it efficient to get this one canvas done? What is a piece? We, like in today's day, like this world, we create so many works of art, especially if you're a Twitch streamer, right? Usually it's a new piece almost every stream or every few streams. And when you look at art history and you look at all these masters and stuff, those mother effers, for their entire life, they did like 100 paintings. Max 100 pieces, that's what they worked on. And that filled their entire life. That filled their entire world. And we live in a society where like that's not necessarily what we would deem efficient or successful. And I think that comes down, then it comes down to what is this idea of efficiency for an artist, because we look towards optimization versus the actual art itself, because capitalism. Art history. It's art history. It's reputable. It is reputable. Even though a lot of it is about like a bunch of crusty old white guys. Dead white guys. That's Western art history. Or European, Western European art history. I think as artists, we need to value our efficiency based off of like fulfillment. And not like how many things did I churn out today, but like how does this impact what I want to create and how I get to the point that I want to create the things. Or I'm satisfied with what it is that I've created. I think is a better way to say that. So being more efficient, I think, isn't necessarily about getting something done faster. I think it's fulfilling the need and the criteria that we as artists put on ourselves for what we see in a piece. And learning how to arrive at that at an optimal pace so that we feel more fulfilled with the piece itself. I don't think it's necessarily about getting done faster, moving on. I think that though we all probably could. What? Another raid? What's going on? Hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Oh, you're gonna boop my stuff. Our stuff's been booped. What? Welcome in, raiders. Hello. Thank you so much, Bill. Thank you so much for that follow. How are you doing, Bracket? How was your stream? What were you doing? What were you doing? Great, what did you just shout out? I think you accidentally copy and pasted like most of the stream. Thank you. What were you doing, Bracket? Hello, hello, welcome in. Welcome in, raiders. My name is Jenga. I do art. We are working on Inktober stuff right now. I'm working on inking the Inktober stuff. They're all these wonderful little pictures of a story of a witch and a little traveler girl. So this is an inked piece, but I can show you some of the finished pieces because we're also incorporating like ink washes and other inks, and then mostly Copic is what I've started moving to. See, this one's not cute. This one's scary. That's because this is the monster. But yeah. So yeah, so this is some of my work here. Bracket, how was your stream? How did it go? Do you have any art that you would like to share with everybody? Oh no, there's a glare. Tag yourself, I'm the window. And then this was yesterday's that we finished. So yeah. I'm going to get my ittiest bittiest. It's not my ittiest bittiest, but it's close enough. And if you need to do any cooldowns, like chills from stream, I totally get it. I understand. There is no rush in anything. So I've already done the erasing, and I just don't want to fight the pen on this really tiny detail. So I'm using a 0.1 micron for this part. I was making some creepy thingy mouth-like stuff. Standard dumb freehand fun. What? Let's go. Do you have anything that you want to share? As long as it's not like super duper gory. I mean, if it's a little gory, it's fine. Do content. Wonderful to have you in. Oh, that would be my jar of hotel. I'm just adding a little bit of texture to some of these bushes. Just around here. Because the devil is in these details, is it not? And this path here. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to take away from. There's so much going on in the piece, so. Yes, absolutely. You can absolutely link your Insta. I would love to see it. Let's take a look. I want to see. You're multitasking. Gray, how dare you have a life outside of my stream? Hurt. I'm not. It's fine. It's important. Sweet. Okay, let's take a look at this. I gotta do it on that and open the tab. Oh, trippy. Mixed media graffiti. Heck yeah. Okay. Okay, let's show everybody here. Hold on. Which one? That's a display. Are you what I need to do? You are, but I'm gonna switch you. Oh, you know what I can do? I could just. Oh, that won't work. Hold on. Hold, please. I'm an old lady. I thought I had a browser source, but I guess I didn't. What? That's not what I want. Oh, God. Oh no, Jenga. Oh, Jenga, you're panicking. Oh, why did you delete the thing that does the thing that shows the thing? Why did you... Here, we'll just do it like this. Guess. No, because it'll show everything, and that's not what I want. Add window capture. A new window capture. And we want this one. There we go. Oh, I figured it out. I can be a smart person sometimes. No, I can't. Usually I cannot be a smart person. I'm not smart. I am not a smart potato. All right, let's check this out. Rock on here. This can I see? Yeah. Damn, you are the things. Darn, you are. Ooh. Wait, how big are these? Are these itty bitty? What? Oh, look at her eyes. They're like, yo, what up? The special goat. Oh my gosh. Oh man. You're getting into the detail here. I love this. I love this. I love this. I really like this one. Yeah, give Bracket a follow. Drop them a follow, y'all. Ooh. Oh, let's go. What? Heck yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Give him a follow. Follow follows. Let's go. Thank you so much for sharing your art there. This is cool. Okay. Speaking of the art, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to go to Micron, because the pen was being poopy, or the nib was being annoying. But he's fine now. It's all good now. We on Micron time now. I just have to make sure that I don't go too... I have a problem with Micron where I like to go too much detail because I'm not worried about a dip pen and it's just a little felt tip and I can do a lot. And then I do too much. And then 5 hours have passed and everything is stippled. It's a thing. All right. Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Bracket. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, we've done a lot today, and I'm about to show y'all something, and this is when I went, well, that happened, and I didn't say anything. For some reason, even though this piece that we did earlier was, like, away from the desk, a single drop of the freaking ink flew and landed, and I was like, what was that? And I went like that and I smudged it. Thankfully, I smudged it away from the majority of the piece. So when we go back, and this is going to be a part that's going to be really dark anyway, so when we go back and we color it in Copic, it won't matter. But yeah. Yeah, we're, see, I'm trying to think, like, because it is 9, so we've been going at it for just over 3 hours. Because I'm gonna have to do the same thing with this one. I need to let this ink dry proper before I take Copic to it. Happy little blobs. Yeah, right? They can be nice, but like, I'm trying to do some modicum of control with my stuff. And it could be rough. So I'm wondering, which means that I have to take this one off this board again. But this means this is technically, if we want to adjust our glasses and technicalize this, we've done 2 Inktober's today. So we were behind by 7, and now we're only behind by 5, right? That's how that works? I don't think so. What day is it? trying to think. So if today is the 25th, 26, 27, 28, 29th, 30th, 30. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 6 days left. And I have 5 plus these ones to do. So 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 12 left to do. If I wanted to be like, I need it done on this day, I've got 12 left to do in 6 days. That's 2 a night. In theory, that could be doable. In theory. What is that one thingy? Pseudo stare. Just gonna stare into the darkness. I'm gonna take this one off as well. Okay. I've done no-tobers. Maybe I should do one for the giggles. You could. I like Inktober, Streamtober, Witchtober. I like the month of October for the daily challenge thing for artists. I think it's a lot of fun. I also like spoopy things, so I enjoy it for that. And it really, like, it's because of Inktober's pretty much is the reason that I kept streaming, and I have kept streaming. I found such wonderful, beautiful, amazing people on Twitch because of it. And it's just, yeah, it has a very special place in my heart. So cool. So this is another one. The inking is done, just not the Copic coloring part, but that part is done. So it's 9:14. I'm concerned about starting another one because I do need to eat dinner and I have contract work that I have to work on this evening. So I'm not sure which one I would do next. Maybe this one. So there's supposed to be a lot going on in the background of this one, and I don't know if it's better to do the background first and then go into the inking, or if I can do the inking and then do the background. This one is pretty straightforward. So this might, I'm just gonna order these in like, oh, probably the ones that we'll do next. This one will be difficult as well, because I want to do like a really nice Copic background on that one. And on this one and this one, like these, yeah, these 4 have to have like, and I'm a little scared about it, but so I guess we'll do it in this order, which I guess that means that tomorrow will be this one that we ink first. I'm just too busy this time of year at work. Otherwise, I'd ink all the stuff. Heck yeah, I get it. Like, the reason that I was able to do the first one that I streamed, which wasn't the first Inktober that I completed, it was the second Inktober that I had completed, was because of the pandemic, because it was 2020. And then last year, things were still relatively shut down and everything. And I was able to stay on top of that one like every day. And I was very, very proud of myself for doing that. This year, I'm behind because I went to TwitchCon and that threw everything off. And then I got vaccines this last weekend and I was just too tired and I couldn't stream. And I chose health over art for this last weekend. So now I'm even more behind. But that's okay. I don't think it's about getting it done by a certain, like, it's really cool to get it done, everything done on the last day. I'm not gonna lie, it is an amazing feeling, but at the same time, in the same vein of all of that, it's an amazing feeling because it has been accomplished, because the task is complete. And I think that that feeling comes regardless whether or not you get it done by the 31st or not. At least for me. At least for me. And I will tell you that I got everything done by the 31st last year, and it burned me out, and I barely did any art this year because of it. So I've learned my lesson a really hard way, and I'm trying not to do that to myself again. I will at least put the tape on, the tape down. We can at least get the tape down so it's up and ready to go tomorrow. Right? Right. Oh no. We did it. We ran out of another roll. Okay. Goodbye, roll. Goodbye. I have more tape. Let's see, what do we have in the drawer right now? This tape. We got this one. Voila. So that is ready for tomorrow. I ran out of tape roll as soon as you said that. You too? What? Yeah, all about art health. Yep. It's true. It's true. So what did we get done today? This will be the first one tomorrow. We might do 2. No, we won't be able to do 2 tomorrow. Tomorrow I have my D&D campaign, so I'll be starting stream earlier. I wonder how busy work will be. Maybe I can like start stream and just not have a mic in the beginning, so that maybe we can get 2 done. All right, so we've got these 2 here. These 2 are inked, and then the bookmark that we did was just a little cutie here. So this is what we got done today, which is a lot, I think, and I think we did a very good job. These will finish drying and everything, and I'll do a test, and we'll go to inking them tomorrow. And the reason I'm doing this, because I know that I inked yesterday on stream, and I will show you the thing that I had to deal with though because of that. Like this one, it was okay. It bled a little bit here, but because the movement of it, it's not bad. But then it happened here around the deer's eye. So like I don't want that to happen again. Dope, love the kitty marker. Yeah, it turned out super cute. I was a little nervous about it. Like proportions on it weren't entirely right, but just kept at it and took a breath to try and figure out what it is that I would prefer to have going on in there, and then we did it. But yeah, so we got a fair amount done today, and we should be proud of ourselves. Just making sure there's no like ink on the back so then I go and put ink. Okay. Cool. So nothing gets signed, but we are working. We are working and we are moving. Let us see. All of that fun stuff said, let us see. Do we have any friends that may or may not be streaming that we can... That is not... I have to... I'd feel bad just dropping you places. Progress archived. Heck yeah. Very nice. A dance. What? That's heckin' cool. I like that. Okay. I think we're just gonna end stream there. Which means I will be back tomorrow. I will be back earlier than normal. Normally I go live at 6. I'll be back before then. Probably 4:30-ish. Because I have to finish sooner. I may stream even earlier than that, and this is all Pacific time. I may stream a little bit earlier than that. It depends how work is and all of that jazz. But there probably wouldn't be a mic for a decent amount of that because I'm still I would be like working, but then like also working. I'd be, who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'll do that on Thursday so that tomorrow I can finish those last pencils. Fingers crossed I need to get those done. Yeah, so make sure you're giving me a follow if you aren't already so that you know when I do go live so you can come and hang out. You could also consider following me on my Instagram or my Twitter or my or you can join our Discord. All three you would get some sort of a notification if you're following me. Like I put up a post, I put up a story, there is an announcement in Discord. Just don't follow Jenga at home. Yeah, please don't follow me all the way home. Be really hard because I never leave my place. I'm always here. Yep. So nothing's gonna. You'd have to find me first, I guess. I don't know. My door's like always triple locked. Because I'm afraid of the world. Thank you so much for hanging out, Z. Thank you. If you would like to support me in other ways, you can also check out the stuff in my store, or you can, if you don't want to subscribe through Twitch, you can also send me some money through Ko-fi. That works as well. All that said, thank you so much to all of you. Thank you, Gray, our wonderful mod. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever it is, wherever you are. If you're watching this live stream right now, or if you're watching this later as a VOD, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate all of the support and love that I get to continue on my art journey. And I will see you next time. Okay, goodbye.